Alrighty then, there we go. What's up? Can't even see the chat. Alright, let's try it on the old YouTubes. They're going live. You're live. Howdy folks, welcome back. Today we have the drip going on out in the garage here. I can't show you on YouTube, so you'll have to go over to Twitch. But we're just getting up to temp here. Today I'm working on some 9mm food. I'm making some new to me Lee 356-95 grainers. Those are going to be for the 9mm. And then we'll get this other new to me one heated up. It's a 277-135, I think, for the 270 Winchester. Oh yeah. But yeah, we're just getting up to temp. Just breaking in the new mold, getting it lubricated. Don't want that directly in the lead, but just resting to heat up a little bit. And our bullets are still just a little bit wrinkly, so got to heat up the bottom of the mold just a little bit. I like to run my pot hot. Ooh, there we go. Looking pretty alright. See that side? Oh yeah, buddy. It's not normally how I dump them, but I'm trying to show the tubes. Ooh, so shiny and pretty. We're just using some range scrap. Just using some range scrap recycled stuff out of the berm. And yeah. I think this guy's actually up to temp. Got some brake cleaner there to get any grease or anything like that out. I'll set him over here to cool for a second. And we'll get this guy heated up. And this is the first time I poured anything into him, so he's gonna take a few casts to get caught up. And as you can see, we have the drip, so I gotta just play around with the spout every once in a while. Well, this don't actually look too bad since he's been heating up on top of the pot for a minute. 277-135, I believe. Oh yeah. Once I get into a rhythm though, it's probably cooled too much. Oh yeah. Give him some heat here. Don't want to hold your mold in one spot for too long. But just keep it moving through the flame to heat everything up nice and evenly. Yeah, you like my ladle there to catch my drip? I need some Need a paper clip or something to clean out the spout. Looking better. I don't think I degreased this one yet though, so maybe we have something in the cavities. See if we can pick up the pace a little bit. There we go. One of those was wrinkled, so we'll pull him out. Yeah, those are looking pretty good. I don't think I'll get to powder coating today. I might, but I'm gonna try and run through this whole 18 to 20 pound or so pot. Oh yeah, those are looking nice. Shitty webcam won't focus, but there you are. Can't show you on the tubes, but you can use your imagination or come join me on Twitch. Yeah. Make sure to give me the little thummy dude and say hey when you stop by. I'll try to keep up with chat as best as I can. Oh yeah. So once you get your molds up to temp, it's pretty smooth sailing. And this is one of the reasons why I run my pot all the way turned up. Because I'll pour it, then it'll give me a minute to let it cool while I switch molds. So we'll switch molds. I'm going to dump the 270s out, 277s. Oops, lost one up to the floor. I might have to do 2 of these in a row because these are starting to cool kind of quickly. So obviously it's a much smaller chunk of aluminum. It's not going to hold heat as well. And the bullets are quite small, so they don't heat it up as rapidly as nearly 600 grains of these do. Oh, it always has the drips. Yes, sir. I've got a ladle stuck under it right now, which is about to fill up, and I'm going to have to dump it back in. Oopsie. Stir everything. What have you been casting lately? This is my only, unfortunately, like second or third casting session of 24. That's pathetic. Very sad indeed. I need to cast more, but I'm so busy with other crap. Are you not on Rumble anymore? I think I am, but they disabled the YouTube syncing feature, so it doesn't automatically upload anything. But I would like to stream on Rumble. I haven't figured that one out yet, though. Oh yeah. You gotta figure out how to stream on the Rumbles first. You have soft lead in your pot, you need to do jigs. Ooh. For fishing. have a whole bunch of pure lead, but I've only got the one Lee slug mold, and that thing takes forever to cast with because it's only one at a time. Ooh. That's coming out quick. Alright. Good. Gotta put the drips in now and get them all mixed in. My ladle was getting full, but I've always got all these little splashy flakes to clean up, you know. That's annoying. Yeah, this looks beautiful. Ooh. Ooh. Heck yeah. These are looking quite nice. I'm sure as we go, you know, the molds will change temperatures differently, so I'll have to kind of change up my cadence. Generally, I'll try and do similar bullet weights or total grain weight or whatever, or at least do 2 6 cavities together or 2 2 cavities, but we're mixing it up today because I haven't cast either of these molds. And they're both new to me, so I gotta use them. Very nice, very nice. And I also generally, as you can see, dump my sprues and everything back in. Another reason I run my pot hotter. Oh, buddy, them look good. Has anybody used this? The 95 grain round flat nose from Lee. It's a 380 mold, but I'm going to use it in 9mm because it's, you know, 50% lighter than 147 grains, so that's a lot of extra lead to save. It's time to lube up this little 2 cavity. Get your nice oily rag here. Make sure not to get the mold itself, but you gotta pretty much get all the sprue plate, this little little screw holding the sprue plate. For that, you get a little Q-tip. And I'm just using the like 40-to-1 gas mixture. Not the gas being mixed, but just the fuel mix itself. Once you dump out your bullets, you gotta hit these little nubblies inside. And that'll help your mold to separate more easily. And then get your handles real good and nice. They don't have to be pretty with this. Just make sure when you're going in the mold, you don't hit any of that, because then you get ugly bullets. Because that oil and crap will cause voids, which is not what you want. Not what you want. Alright, this mold's starting to cool down a bit. We gotta pick it up a little. Alright. I basically just wait for the sprue to like flash over when it cools, and then you're good to go. Oh yeah. Drip's out of control again. That looks better with that much time in between pours. Okay. Might hit this one with some brake cleaner. Since we got it all oily, it's a little bit inside the cavity, it seems. Sorry if it's noisy outside. I live right by a highway and I need ventilation in here, so the windows are open. Deal with it. Don't lose it. Oh yeah, beautiful. So what have you guys been casting lately? Any fun projects, any testing? Or are you just replenishing the supplies in the pile? Or what have y'all been working on? Looks better, but I think we're just too cold. I need this mold to be a little warmer. Still getting some wrinkles. So we'll hit it with the torch. I was using a hot plate, but everything was plugged into a, not a surge protector, but just a little power strip. Apparently it died, so I can only have one thing plugged in, and I've got the laptop stretched across the room, so that's fun. What's up, Andy? How we doing? Casting zinc, replenishing your stock. Very nice, very nice. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Appreciate you stopping in. Heck yeah. Have you used these Lee? This is the 277 135, and then I'm working on the 350 695. Have you used either of those? I know you can't do zinc in these aluminum molds, but, or I think maybe I've seen you do it. Apparently you're not supposed to, I guess. I don't know. Long story short, any experience with those bullets? Think your pot drips? You should see my old Seiko. Hey, at least you have an old Seiko that can drip. I keep saying one of these days I gotta find something like that and get into zinc casting. But I don't have a supply of zinc. Currently wheel weights are, you know, a hit. All right, Mr. Drippy Pot. Giving it the old twister up top, that'll usually help it for a few pours, but never works. Oopsie. Too long. Yeah. That first bullet's gonna look crap. We'll just get rid of him. And if you have your dripper too tight, nothing comes out. Dripper too loose and it drips on its own. Very nice. I have to do this one a few times in a row real quick to get him heated up. Oh, we got the drips. So yeah, unfortunately, this is only my second casting session of the entire year so far. But now that it's some nice, comfortable weather, it's actually, you know, middle of December and it's about almost 60 out this weekend. But it's supposed to be raining. That'll come anytime now. Nothing wrong with the old Lee dripper. It gets the job done, I'll tell you what. It kills aluminum molds is having to hit the sprue plate hard many times to open it. That's why you need the sprue plate super hot so it doesn't. Okay. That makes sense. That would probably cause some unwanted wear. Trying to beat the sprue open. So obviously zinc is way harder than lead. What's the Brinell hardness of zinc? Is it like 30 something? Whereas this lead here is probably like 10 or a 12 maybe. Yeah, this little guy is cooling off too quickly. I'm gonna have to do 2 in a row. Yeah, the second one looks good. The first one had a wrinkle on one of them. So we'll just do 2 in a row. And then hopefully when we switch here, this one's still hot. That's why it's better to match the bullet or cavity count, bullet weight or cavity count, or both if you can. Obviously casting like 105 grain semi-wad cutter, 2 cavity isn't going to be the same as casting a 400 grain round flat for the 4570 or whatever. All Lee pots drip, but for the price can't beat them. Yes, sir. Tell you what, I kind of want to get one of the 10 pounders with the other, you know, bottom pour, just so I can have 2 things, 2 different alloys or whatever. Have one just for pure stuff. have one just for the pure stuff. It's 40 plus BHN. Wow, that's really hard. You have a few aluminum molds that have cast many zinc bullets. That's freaking awesome. Heck yeah. I guess as long as you know how to do it, then there's nothing wrong with that. Do you know why Elvis Ammo, why his Lee pot just melted through when he was doing zinc? I think that was his story. Yeah, these are getting too cold too quickly. Get two off on him. Depending on how fast this pot takes to empty, I might get to powder coating, but looks like we're 30 minutes in almost. And not moving too quickly. Has anybody shot cast 270 bullets? Of course, I'm not going to gas check, but it has the option to. I wonder what it's like. I know RCBS has a 277 or 278 mold. Lyman might. Also, if you make a big excessive sprue, it'll keep your mold warmer a little bit longer. I guess I need to do that for these when I set it down. Seems to be doing okay though if I hit this one twice in a row and then back to this one. Sucks that you cannot show the casting. It really does. It's pretty stupid. But you can go watch over on Twitch. I have the other camera running on Twitch here so you can see the whole setup. But I know not everybody likes to jump between all the silly platforms. But yes, we are simultaneously up on stream, or on Twitch streaming. That way I can take the VOD and maybe cut it up into a YouTube video. And then maybe just blur the pot out the entire time. I don't know, it's pretty silly. Had to move all your casting videos to Rumble? Yes, sir. Yeah, I need to figure out how to stream on the Rumble. And Twitter, I guess, apparently, or sorry, on X, apparently you can stream on there. So that would be cool to go to all different places at once. Mm-hmm. Casting fishing weights is okay. Well, how can we convince the algorithm bots that these are obviously fishing weights and not projectiles? I mean, nobody needs to cast thousands of little hard projectile shaped things, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm just a guy. Yep. I think that cadence is a lot better what we're doing now with 2 of these in a row and then back to the... Alright. Gotta wait for the sprue to flash over. Ooh, it's actually just barely tore out the base on that one, which means we're hot now. So, next time around, I'll only do it once. And you can also tell that it's getting hotter because it takes a lot longer for that sprue to harden. Casting talking about fishing weights, just don't show the final product. That's fair. That's fair. Apparently, I mean, Bubba Roundtree, I think, he has like buckshot casting videos. He's got like 100 of those where he sits there for an hour casting buckshot and slugs. So I guess, you know, round balls and that sort of stuff might be okay. Right? Because he's pretty much the go-to shotgun reloading guy, you know. Now this one's probably cool enough to do 2 in a row again. See how quickly the sprue, oh yeah. It's getting slightly frosty though, so. Yep. Barely tore out the base there. So this one's actually up to temp, I would say. Yeah, definitely taking a second for it to cool over. Mr. Mark Thomas, how we doing? Hope you're having a good weekend so far. We're just out here in the garage playing with these fine inanimate objects here. Well, I'm turning one inanimate object into another with the use of a few different inanimate objects. So don't you worry, nothing bad's happening. We're just enjoying our hobby. We're just enjoying our hobby. Frosty is okay, the powder coat sticks better. You know, I think I like never said that whole phrase together, but I think I assumed it at one point. And I just noticed, I was like, man, these are frosty, but they're at the proper diameter. But they're sticking and coating really, really well. Okay. Back in with the dripper. So that's cool that I'm not insane, and I think I might have just noticed that one time. But frosty coats better, that's freaking sweet. And these are looking beautiful. This mold's right up in the sweet spot. This little one's a little harder to keep in the sweet spot next to this 6 cavity with twice as much weight. There we go. Nice. Have you guys been using any new powder coats lately? I'm pretty sure all of mine are like 4+ years old now. Had to get my handle back on there. Every once in a while these will start to walk off, and you just give them a whack back up in yonder way. Dang, don't that purty? If anybody's watching on Twitch, look at that. Ooh, yeah. Been doing any shooting lately, Mark, or any loading, or any of that fun stuff? Zinc, cast size load shoot, no need for powder coat. That does seem like a nice convenience factor because it's a whole thing. It's a whole other process. I would still rather do it than traditional lubing though, or lubricizers, or any of that stuff. But if you could go straight from the pot to the siding die into the casing, that would be nice. So I've read that over time, like a month or 2 or 3 or 6, you know, lead will harden over time and change hardness and stuff as it seasons or whatever. Does zinc do that over time? Or is it just so freaking hard there's no need to measure it? Or whatever. Does zinc's hardness change over time? I guess is the question at hand. So far, very satisfied with my new 356 95 grainer here. Breaking in very well. And this little guy, 277 135, he's also breaking in fairly well. One of these days I'll get the proper kind of honing stones and work on all of my sprue plates and all that fun stuff. Kind of help the finish out on those. Because they're not perfect. Uh-oh, lost one. I'm not quenching to, you know, gain hardness or whatever. In this time, I do that after powder coating as well. I'm just doing it so they're not, you know, 600 degrees sitting next to me in a pile. Know what I'm saying? Let's see what this side of it looks like. A little bit of a wrinkle around the ring on the side. But again, I think this mold is still not in the sweet spot though. Not much lately, been busy. Same. Oopsie. Mr. Thorzax, welcome aboard. Hope you're having a good Saturday afternoon. Oh, very nice, very nice. Nope. You cast 1 hour later, it's hard. Measured a few that were cast a year, same hardness. That's cool. You always water quench, even zinc. Zinc's up to 840, that's really hot. Yeah, isn't lead, it actually melts at like 630 or 640, 650, somewhere in there. And then depending on where you run your pot to keep it liquid. So it looks like zinc is approximately 200 degrees hotter. Yeah, I quench just because I don't want a molten pile next to me that I could trip on or somehow dummy myself up on. Starting to get a little frosty on the sprue again. These are cutting out perfectly with a little bit of rest time. And then if you can cut down on the gigantic sprue, it'll also transfer less heat. Oh. Too bad I have to keep this thing here to catch my dripper. Silly ladle's just in the way all day. Oh, they're beautiful. Has anybody used this little 95 grain Lee bullet for your 380 or 9 mil? I'm going to be using it in 9 mil. But yeah, some quick math told me it was much more economical to use less lead than more lead. So I just need some, blasting range ammo. So why not use as little lead as possible? And on the topic of using as little lead as possible, I bought some frangible interceptor ARX or whatever the hell, polymer matrix, type projectiles on Black Friday. They're only 92 grains, I think. But they're as big as a 147 grain bullet. So they take up a lot more case capacity, right? Similar to zinc, it's pretty much the same, like 60% of lead weight, essentially. No, sir, we are doing the range scrap today. I am not equipped for zinc casting, unfortunately. Is the audio total butt? Because I've got the windows open. Like I said, I live right by the freaking highway. But I would like a little bit of ventilation. And I'm whacking on these sprue cutters constantly. So sorry if the audio is butt. It's more about the conversation than the high quality production, you know what I'm saying? 6 cavity molds make things go fast. They sure do. I have a couple 2 cavities, obviously. That's a 277 135. First time using it. And they don't make a 6 cavity version of it. It's obviously not that popular. So they only gave me a 2 cavity. And by they gave me, I meant I went out and paid with my own money. And we get a 2 cavity. Obviously you can run 2 at the same time. Let's give you a look at them. They look pretty nice. Fill back up. Look at this beaut. Right. It's hard to hold with these chunky leather gloves, but oh yeah. How many different colors of powder coat do I have, Kenneth? Sorry, I didn't see the Twitch chat over there. I have, I think, just 3 or 4 maybe. Harbor Freight Black, which I try not to use. And then I've got Eastwood, Ford Blue, of course, Ruby Red, and Signal White. And then I just mix all those up to get different color combinations, essentially. Whee! But my glove wasn't oily, and then I gotta, you know, that one won't have as easy a time powder coating. Have a couple of the MP8 cavity. Ooh. I bet those go quick. My dripper's getting above my, whoopsie. My mold guide. I gotta melt the drip. So I got my hobo ladle here. I just drilled some holes into this old stainless ladle there. Get some dollar store cookware, you'll be in business. What is it, 30 cal? No, sir, this is the 277, let's see here. 277 135. For Dad's old 270 Winchester. Also, sorry I never replied about your comment on the Mosin from the last stream. I went to shoot it, and it was a horrible dumpster fire. And apparently my preliminary accuracy tests weren't sufficient because I couldn't hit the target from like 15 yards. So the Mosin, which I still haven't slugged the bore of, is probably like a 315 or, you know, something huge mongoose like you guys were saying. So unfortunately, yeah, Mosin is probably on the back burner for a while. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. Unfortunately, because I was really excited about it. I got the little scope mount thing and put a red dot on it. So I was going to kind of just use it as like a silly scout rifle LPVO, you know, blaster in the backyard. Actually loading up clips, you know. I could say I'm out of clips. I could say stuff like that and it wouldn't be a lie. But now I can't say that. Because 1, I never had clips, and 2, poor Mosin don't shoot no good. I need to just slug it, but it has good rifling, it looks like. Haven't really checked out the chamber very thoroughly, but there's rifling, and I thought it would shoot a little better than it did, but oh well. Oh, gotta stop this drip here going out of control. Oh yeah. Buy the 314-299 Lima 200 grain sides done if you need to. I need to find some like 315 or 318 round balls or 320 or whatever the next caliber up is, and slug it before I dump money into a nice Lyman mold like that. Because those guys are expensive these days. I guess everything's expensive. Everything's expensive these days.
Back in my day, things were not so expensive, but over time they just got more expensive.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're about, I'm gonna say, 3/8 done with this pot so far. Maybe we will have time to powder coat. But here in probably an hour, or at least by 3 o'clock, I gotta go start the beef stew, so I gotta get that going. But then potentially after that, we can try some powder coating on a second stream. Also, as the pot empties, it takes less heat to keep up at the hotter temperature. So it's not that your molds are heating up, it's that, well, they are, but the lead's hotter because it takes less energy to keep heating. So I might have to turn down here at some point. This is actually going much smoother than I was, well, there's no reason it shouldn't go smooth. But every once in a while you just get hung up on something and you're like, can't get in the sweet temperature zone. Maybe your pot keeps dripping ridiculously or something. It's always something that detracts from the goal of just casting the bullets, right? So far so good, even with stream setup going on. Left-handed adjusting the drift isn't working. All right, Andy, thanks for stopping in. Enjoy your casting session. Hey, you enjoy the rest of your day, weekend, all that fun stuff. Appreciate you, brother. Might be time to scrape some of the goop out of the top here, but as long as it stays on the top, it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, buddy, don't those purdy? Elvis Ammo loves that bullet. He's been using his regular SP100 279, especially called the motor butterfly parts. Ha! What is that? The 105 cent wide cutter? I love them too. Except I loaded them really, really lightly. I think I used like 2 point something of 700X. And they shoot like a foot low compared to everything else that I shoot. And I did several hundred, so I need to blast through those because I'm not pulling them. It's good ammo, it's just a totally different point of aim than all my other stuff. Oh yeah. Does anybody reload for the 270 Winchester? Wow. I've got Dad's old hunting rifle. He asked if I wanted something to do, so I was like, yeah, sure. We're gonna load some 270 stuff. I think I've got 8 or 9 different bullets to test he had laying around. So that'll be awesome. We've got 100 grain, 110, 20, 30, 40, and up to 150 grains for the 270. Which should be pretty awesome. Cover the whole range, except the 160 grains, because those probably might not stabilize in a really old Ruger M77, whatever twist rate they had at the time. Before all them high BC bullets and whatever came out. Yeah, I don't think I could stabilize anything heavier than the 150. I don't even know if it'll do that. It's a Nosler ballistic tip though, so it's kind of a traditional design. It's still a boat tail with the ballistic tip, but it's like an older Spitzer profile. Not so much one of those VLD pointy guys. It's not like one of them super pointy VLD guys, right? Anybody get any sweet Black Friday deals? Get a new gun or a new box of ammos, or you find a case of primers for free hazmat or anything? I'm definitely getting hot. You can tell when you're past frosty and into the like way too hot, and it turns into like weird crystallized lead. So you can probably see this one's pretty frosty, and when I go to break it, I'll show you. So here we are. Actually, it's not breaking like I thought it would, but that's really hot. Oh, molten lead. I guess that one wasn't as hot because it sat for longer. Whatever. Anyways, lead becomes more brittler and can actually shrink in diameter if it's too hot. So we don't want to get up to that point. But as I poorly described earlier, as your pot empties, it takes less energy to heat up, even though the pot is still working as hard as it can, so thus increases your lead temperatures. Mr. Jimmy Slim, what's up, brother? Couldn't find any Black Friday deals, much more than a couple dollars off. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like better than last year, where people would just change the price to like, October pricing and then say it was on sale, but it was the same price a month ago with $100 marked up and crossed out behind it. I didn't see as much of that. But I did get some. I got some stuff from American Reloading. They had some pretty awesome deals. Raven Rock Precision. Also, YouTube, you can fuck off. I'm not sending links. We're just talking about shopping. Just like women getting Gucci purses, Mr. YouTube. Loaded 270 years back. That's cool. What'd you do? Like 130 grain doing 3,000 or whatever the benchmark is? You had some Cass Projo's shotgun out. Mr. Brass Goblin, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, sir. Hope you're doing fine this weekend. What do you mean Cass Projo's shotgun out? Not much new here, just a reloading setup, still gathering, so we'll start in the spring. Heck yeah. It's never, I won't say it's never too late to start, but the sooner the better. If you like tinkering with stuff and potentially improving stuff and tuning your stuff to your stuff. Yeah. Over Thanksgiving, I was trying to explain to some family, like, reloading isn't only cheaper most of the time, but you can tune it to your specific gun and do way better than anything off the shelf. They're like, no way! And then you go into change your powder charge, change your primers, change your seating depth, whoopsie. You know, all the different variables that go into it. Change your brass, change your bullet brand, profile, weight, so on and so forth. You know, there's just so many variables, it's ridiculous. Cast too hot, push them too fast, trigger had multiple impacts from, oh, that's what you were saying, wow. That's crazy. From being too hot, like I was just kind of also poorly explaining. That's insane. I don't think I've experienced that, but I did cast a whole bunch of Lee 356 125 1Rs that were way too hot, and they came out at like 354 or something. 50. So that was not great. Oh yeah, we're slightly below a half a pot here. Still plenty to go. I'm gonna pull the temperature back about a half a point though. Can't see on YouTube, but starting to get the nice oxidized top there, you know. Where it's too damn hot. You don't want that. All I remember was I saw on 4064 as your 270 powder. I believe it was with 130 grain core locks. Huh. I don't think I've seen 4064 data for a bullet that heavy, but I'm sure, you know, in days past, they, you know, with only 10 powders on the market or whatever, they had a much broader selection per powder. Or, yeah, each powder could, it still can, but each powder was listed with a wider variety of weights. Because the only one I've seen 4064 have data for these days is a really light 100 grain, little tiny flat base hollow point kind of varmint bullet. And they show like Varget, 4064, and TAC, and all those kind of burn rate powders. And then as soon as you get to the 110, all the data changes to like 4831 and Mag Pro and all the really slow, almost Magnum powders, which is kind of weird. Burn rate's weird, man. I guess as long as you have one that doesn't have a potential to do like a double detonation, based on it being a fast burning powder with insufficient case fill, having an air pocket, you know, as long as that doesn't happen, you shouldn't have an issue. And I guess you've never had an issue, so that's cool. I'm going to look for that data now because that's one of my favorite powders, is IMR 4064. I just really hate that it's $65 now. That's some bull stuff. And from hearsay, you know, powder is going to go up another 5 to 10%. come January. So that means $65 a pound is going to become $68 or even $69 for a freaking pound of powder that can only load 120 rounds if you're doing something with 50 plus grains like a 270. Well, yeah, but like I was saying, American Reloading Black Friday, they have a like Mag Pro powder. I snagged me an 8-pounder for $136 with free hazmat and shipping. So I haven't seen them prices in years. That's really cheap. Wow. CFE 223 was $85 a pound at your local academy. Holy moly, sir. That's why, like I said, last powder I actually bought before that was an 8-pounder of Vitavori N135 because it was as much, or actually cheaper than like Varget and 4064 and all the other stuff I was looking at buying. So if I can get the supposed better top shelf product for less, then Hodgdon can suck it. So unless I get pull down powder for $130, it's Vitavori these days, baby. I say that, but I probably won't load any of it for years, because I have plenty of other stuff I got for cheaper before some of the stupidity increased. You know, we always say, if I knew then what I know now, well, we'd have done stuff differently, wouldn't we? Well, this wasn't my first reloading election cycle. I remember back from good old Obama days, Sandy Hooking and stuff. That shortage only lasted for about 2 years. And I don't remember component prices at that time. I wasn't reloading quite at that time, but I knew to stock up when the getting was good, which we'll call it the Trump slump before the COVID stuff happened. That's when the getting was good. And that's when I did most of my getting. But as that stuff gets used, you know, it run out of it, so you have to replenish it. And thus is the cycle of life. Oh shoot, dropped one. It'll size out, right? Oh. That guy just might have a little dent on his forehead. Oh yeah. Let's see. Keep bonking into this stupid ladle. It's weird, this second cavity, top one, seems to be a cooler temperature than the bottom one. Which doesn't make any sense to me, but the bottom one was just a little more frosty. Just an observation. All right. Might be time to give this sprue plate a little oiling. Had just got an 8-pound of exterminator for under 300 delivered. If you like seeing me do anything for Grendel, but not something else. But on to something else. Yeah, I mean, unless you're like a competitive shooter and you have to shoot Varget out of your 6BR with your 110 grain A-tip or whatever, we can be flexible, right? And people say, oh, you gotta do a new load development. But with 8 pounds of powder, you can load like 2,000 rounds. So it's not like overnight everything changes and you instantly load up all of your powder. You can do a little tinkering, dial it in, and you're good again, you know? It's not the end of the world to do a little bit of testing. Especially if you just buy the same powder but change lots. That stuff burns differently. If you just blindly, you know, throw the same charge you did and you're looking for stupid precision accuracy, your point of aim or something might shift. You might be slightly out of the velocity node or something. Could be different. So I've been changing lots of powder. You need to retest. Right? I'm about to say the drip is doing much better, but then it'll start dripping on me again, and I don't want that. Oh yeah. Get it all up on them sprue plate there, hit your hardware. Get the little nubblies on the inside. You just gotta tap it, and your 40-to-1 synthetic engine oil mixer will become very viscous and flow around the parts it needs to get onto. And you just want to keep all your moving parts nice and touched up so we don't get any galling or scratching or any of that nonsense. Let me just hit these little nubblies on the inside here again. Go. And be careful not to get it on the inside of the actual mold. Very nice, very nice. Ooh, buddy. I've said it earlier, but we're moving along very smoothly. And, you know, I was foreseeing something getting snagged up, being that I'm running 2 different molds that are both new. They haven't been broken in. My hot plate messed up, so they weren't preheated. They're different number of cavities and different bullet weights, so they shouldn't be in sync as well as they are, but it's working out pretty well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. laptop over here looks like it's about to have a seizure trying to process this crappy webcam. Oh well. I do appreciate you guys hanging out. Hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Had to run some errands earlier. It's about to start raining outside. So we're just kicking it indoors here. Probably have a lot of brass prep to work on. But now I'm gonna have to powder coat these too, so I'll have that to work on. Like I said, here in a bit though, I gotta start making a nice stew for dinner. But after that, I'll probably hop back on for a powder coating stream. Anybody interested in the powder coating stream? Could be messy. But it'll need done. Oh yeah. There's only a few things that look better than a new 20-pound pile of freshly made inanimate fishing weights. What time will you be back on? Depending on, well, I gotta get off of here in 1 hour, so at 3 o'clock Central. And then I would say I should be back by 5 Central. Should be back by 5 Central, I believe. Shouldn't take that long, but I need to clean up around the house and do some other stuff as well. So I'll probably take between 3 and 5 to take care of some stuff. Walk the doggos if it's not pouring rain. Gonna bring the pot down just a hair. We've got about a third left. About a third of the pot left, which hopefully at this rate we should be able to finish within an hour here. Maybe I can use some of that time to set up the powder coating. Or do I just do a full-on degenerate casting session and add another 20 pounds and do those later? Because I need some blackout food as well. I could probably use 20 pounds of the 312155. The batch I currently have, they're all sized to 311 and they're already loaded. And I've since got a new 300 blackout barrel, which is apparently, it was only 30 bucks, but it's apparently got the tightest chamber, so half of those 310 bullets seem to jam up as if you had converted bad brass with too thick of a neck, if that makes sense. That's 4 out here on the West Coast. I'll look up the 4064 load for the 270. Meanwhile, awesome, dude. I'm interested to hear about that. I wish the powder companies these days would be more flexible with their load data. Like, obviously, it's not optimal. You're not going to get the pissin' hot box velocities, whatever, but if it'll load up ammo and it shoots accurately and you're 100 feet per second under whatever spec you think you need to be, I think a lot of people would be happy with that if they could just find powders they could load. But it's like they keyhole certain powders into only a few cartridges. Like, oh, you have Varget? Obviously it can cover a very wide variety. But as soon as you get to like your Creedmoors and your, you know, different diameter bullets with fatter cases and whatnot, those like slower burning powders, apparently. Like 243 Winchester, I was like, yeah, I'll get a 243 because I shoot a 308 and it's the same case with a slightly smaller neck. Well, apparently there's a big powder difference, so you need a slower burning powder to not hit that peak coming through that tighter neck, even though it's the exact same parent case at a nearly identical overall length, and so on and so forth. Anyways, I'm sure a lot of those powders for 308 would work into 243, but since they're not like min-maxed to the top 95% or whatever, then they don't get listed by the manufacturer as usable, which pisses me off. I guess we could get into Gordon's reloading tool and of course make up our own loads, which I might have to do. You know, it's a good program I haven't used in a couple years really. But I have a lot of like Ramshot tack, but I can't use it in 243 at all, even though I feel like it would be great for the 70 grain bullets I have a lot of that I want to shoot, that I found a really good load with a very similar burn rate powder. So I feel like it should work, but there's no data listed because it's not optimized or whatever the hell they say. Or marketing gimmicks. It's all marketing, right? It's all marketing, right? Because like technically you could probably use Tight Group for every single case in the universe. You know, they show us subsonic data for 240 or for 308 and for 223 and a whole bunch of loads listed with Tight Group for subsonic stuff. Why can't they figure that out for all the other cases? I don't know, man. What the hell are we going to do on our powder coating stream? Because we're just going to be waiting between the 20-minute windows of baking. You know what I'm saying? I guess we'll have to coat them, of course, and then sift them, and then I like to stand them all up, so I'll do that with the 9mm, and then I'll have to lay down the 270s, and they'll be in a batch on their own, so they can be purty. I guess we'll have stuff to do. I guess we'll have stuff to do. 49.5 with a 130 grain bullet. That was O'Connor's load. Well, if anybody knew about loading 270, it would have been him, wouldn't it? I'm going to have to remember that. 49.5. Because I have several 130s to test out. Got a Nosler ballistic tip. I got a Spear soft point. think I have a Barnes old school TSX without the tip thing. So that could be fun. Although I've already loaded a bunch with 4831, H4831. I don't have a ton of bullets, but it could be fun to try 5 and try a group out. This old pot's seen better days, fellers. There's always little screws coming loose, and of course you got the drip. That's a constant, that's a given. But a little tuning here and there. And we're back in business. Beautiful. Tell you what now, there's just something, you know, relaxing about this. Calming, gives you time to think and try and talk to people on the internets. I'd love to watch you do a powder of string. Kenneth, what do you mean, a powder of string? I am confused. Maybe I said something that I don't remember. That happens too. Powder coat string, that's probably what you meant. Ha! We'll probably do that. I'm thinking around 5. Once I get all my shit done in the house. I say give it a year or so and prices will be way cheaper on powder and primers. You want people to eat what people will buy. Give it time. That's probably the best answer. Because as you've seen, strangely enough, since the election, everybody has large rifle primers in stock. Everybody's doing hazmat sales. Everybody has, you know, case quantities available. So it seems like there was a lot of stuff either being withheld or overpriced to wait for the panic and the fear to set in again for round 2. But suddenly there's a calm in the air and people are like, oh wow, it went down $10 overnight and everybody has them in stock and now they're competing for it again. Yeah. Kind of weird. kind of weird. Don't we just love our helpful 2A companies? They'll try to have record fear buying prices, but it won't last. Yep. I think we kind of got into this conversation on the Mosen stream about it being our own people. And I've been doing a little bit more digging on CSG, or Czech Slavic Group, who just bought the firearms and ammunition side of Vista Outdoors. They apparently have dozens of other military style companies and technologies, and they're all kind of weirdly based right out of Ukraine. Isn't that weird? Yes. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but he started off buying broken ass Cold War equipment and reselling it to militaries. And again, I'm not certain on the entire history. I don't have it written down in front of me. I want to kind of put a presentation together about it. But long story short, all of our American ammunition made by Vista Outdoors is now controlled by a Ukrainian warlord. Isn't that weird? Yes. So strange. And of course, all the press, they say, oh yeah, we're just so glad to have a hand in the American market these days, and we're just trying to broaden our portfolio, and you know, all this stuff they can say to their investors because it's a publicly traded company. But, you know, I feel like there's got to be some kind of law or watch in place to where our domestically owned arms companies can't be controlled by foreign nations. You know, even if they're still based out of right here, they could easily reallocate components and resources and just ship that shit out of the country and say bye-bye. But it's okay, because we're still giving you the CCI Blazer 9mm. Mr. Viejo, how we doing? Glad to see you here on this nice Saturday afternoon. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing good. Three letters are tied to a chair with a light in the face. It's an industry face. This person is saying, we have ways of making you pay. Yeah, that's pretty much it, because all the nitrocellulose that is on the market, well, there's very few domestic producers or international even, other than China. And since China does like 90% of the world's production of nitrocellulose, they don't sell to America or anybody that sells to America. So pretty much Russia and China have all of the nitrocellulose because they don't want to give it to us. Obviously. I think I just set that same mold down and picked it back up, but it'll be alright. Anyways, components are still expensive because you can't make the powder without the nitro. The NC. Rainy here and getting a cold. That's unfortunate, sir. I wish you a speedy recovery and hope you feel better. My wife's been sniffly for like 2 weeks and not feeling the greatest. Seems to be going around this time of year. Oh shoot, we're getting down here on the drippy scale. This might be a good time to either refill the pot. I mean, I still have a couple of pounds left in here, but reheat time takes a lot longer if you don't have a nice puddle in there. Yeah, we'll keep going for a little while. But I'm not going to go to 0. Whoopsie, I guess we'll do them twice. Or even 3 times now. Oh yeah. Man, these are looking great. Does anybody ever run 2 cavities at once? Your pot probably has the same drip you do. Sir, they do make a pill for that. Perhaps you should see your physician. Speak with your healthcare provider today and see how we can get you fixed up. Oh boy. This drip is getting brutal. It's actually splattering at this point. Ugh. Turn the pot down just a hair. Oh, beautiful. Damn, look. It's splattering me. Oh, God. I need a damn drip shield. I obviously can't show you because YouTube's ran by the people. So I can't show you, but you can see the splatter coming out this way. It's starting to spread. Oh, pull over. They're coming after me. Okay, good. They missed us. We're clear. The YouTube police. The YouTube police didn't come after me. We're safe, guys. They didn't ban us yet. Anyways, yeah, my drip is starting to splatter. It's gonna go out shopping, but it's a stay-at-home day with coffee and my buddy Big Dummy. What's up, dog? I could actually go for a coffee. It's about coffee 30. Run it all out, clean up the valve and spout. That's what the doc told me. Yeah, I do need to do that. Yeah. Okay. I could get one of these. If you guys have never seen, these are little stainless ramekins you get off Amazon. Ow, splattered on my wrist. Little stainless ramekins. You get like a 12-pack on Amazon. They make perfect 2 or 3 pound ingots. And you can also put it under your pot to catch some of that drip. So how about that? Except it's harder to get out of there, so I was using my ladle. I was using the ladle to catch it and put it back in, but now it's less full, so it doesn't quite melt it as easily. But usually a quick twist on the old screwdriver will sort of clean it up for a couple pours. Ooh. You have a lot of road noise. Yes, sir. I'm fairly close to a highway. But we're working on getting a barn put in the back there where I'll be able to do all this nonsense with a little bit less noise. So that should be fun eventually someday here. There we go. When the pot gets this low, then we're dripping constantly. I don't quite get perfect fill out. So I got some round bases here. I'm gonna toss those. Right back in they go, and hopefully without splattering up into my mold. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're getting down to it. Also lots of dirt up in here. Oh. All right. I like them. Beautiful. All right. I need to clean this pot out. Let me use my wee ladle. Scrape some of this gunk out of here. I don't always do the best job purifying it. I always save all this slag and crap I get out of the pot too, because when I do fluxing day or new ingot day or whatever, I'll throw all this back in, and any of the little bits of tin or lead or anything I took out on accident, we can reincorporate. Well, that looks cleaner. Too bad you guys can't see what I'm doing. Just imagine I'm scraping some dirt out of a metal pot. What I really could use is some sawdust, right? Leaf pots are what they are. They work. They won't break your wallet. I use leaf pots for a long. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with it. You just gotta keep it maintained. Mr. Tommy, how you doing this afternoon? Is casting as addictive as loading? Been thinking about it for a while, sir. It very much, yes. Like it takes a little while to get going, to get your pot heated up and everything. But once you get into a nice rhythm, it's very relaxing, and if you like reloading, you would like casting as well. I was saying earlier, once you get into your sweet spot with your mold temperature and your pot and everything is just running smooth, it's a good time. So if you have a source for lead, I would highly recommend it. Definitely worth doing. I guess I can show you what we've come up with here. This pot's pretty done. I'm just gonna, can't show you any of the pot over there. Whoa. We have made all these. Let's inspect them here and see what we came up with. Come here, damn it. Where's one of them little 9mm bullets? Anyways, here's a 277-135. A little bit of a void there. Good job, dummy. It'll still powder coat and shoot within my abilities, though. Ha! And I guess we'll see a little 9mm bullet here. Trying to find a good lead saber. 95 grain, meant for a 380, but nice flat, smooth bases. Little round flat nose there. So that's what we came up with today over the past hour and 49 minutes. But I can't show you anything over here, unfortunately. Don't look over there, it's bad. It's real bad. Now my hand's all wet. Oh well, we'll live. There we go. All right, well, now that my molds are totally cooled down, so you coat that in powder coat. That's correct, sir. You shake them up in a coffee can or some Tupperware or whatever, and the static will bind the powder coating to the projectile, and then you put it into a little toaster oven for approximately 20 minutes at approximately 400 degrees. These molds are probably way cooled down now. Now that I cleaned up the pot and we can run it again, but this might be a good time to call it. I gotta leave here in a bit anyways to get dinner going in the crock pot, but then I'll be back for powder coating like I was saying, hopefully by about 5 Central. Yeah, let's run this out of the pot here into our awesome little ramekin. Probably dangerous. So yeah, we'll just leave him empty. Some people like to store their molds like this, full of lead. I don't really care either way. Just make sure that they're lubed up properly so that your metal pieces don't rust. So I have a rag here, crappy shop towel, and you just make sure to get all these metal bits nice and wiped down with some 40 or 50 to 1 2-cycle engine gas mixture stuff, and then you get a Q-tip like so, and you can apply it to those pins here, and that'll help your inside of your mold. Sometimes you'll get around the screw on the sprue plate. Sometimes people do it around the handles. You can get around here on your handles, on the back side. That'll just keep everything running nice and smooth. Whoa! Make sure to run into the tripod. So yeah, that'll keep everything nice and smooth. And that's basic mold maintenance. Oopsie. Obviously this one, you just break the sprue off with the included handle. You don't have to smack it with a mallet like that one. But I still do use the mallet to kind of persuade them to fall out in the direction I want. And with just a few taps, you know, they all fall straight out into your water quench. And then yeah, we just let these cool down, and you can put them up for storage again after you get everything lubed up and prepared for storage. Appreciate the videos. Hope to catch you next live on time. Yeah, hey, I'm aiming for, don't hold me to it because I'm bad at this kind of stuff, but 5 Central, I'm going to try to come back for powder coating. So thanks for hanging out, folks. I do appreciate you. I'm going to get cleaned up here, get dinner going and in the crock pot, take care of the puppies and some other crap around the house. And I just got banned. Did I just get banned? Oh, we're live again. Okay, well, I thought I was getting banned there. Anyways, we'll be back for powder coating. Thanks for hanging out, folks. See you in the next video. Have a good one.